Jai Sriman Narayan. Jai Sriman Narayan.
Jai Sriman Narayan.
I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Jagat Guru Sudarshan Acharyaji Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi. And I pay my obeisances to Lord Sriman Narayan. I welcome all of you to the Sri Narayan Dham. Here physically in Durban, South Africa. I welcome those of you that's watching this discourse live, locally, nationally and internationally. And I welcome those that's going to be watching this discourse when it is posted in the various groups subsequently. Narayan. 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 Okay, it's right. Yesterday, we had a surprise visit by Showan. We had a surprise visit by the President of the Congress of the People, Mr. Terror Lekota, and he gave a Diwali message from the Sri Narayan Dham to our local people designated as Hindu and also internationally. Those that are in the mode of ignorance, whose minds are impelled in the mode of ignorance, will view this visit discrediting this organization and stating that this Acharya can't be a real guru because politics and gurus don't mix. So this will be the view of a set of people who are vibrating in the mode of ignorance. Then there'll be another group of people who are vibrating in the mode of passion or in the mode of rajas. And they will state that this guru is highlighting this visit of this politician to enhance his status. Then there'll be those who's vibrating in satagun. They have the grasp of Vedanta and they will be pleased by this association, for they will have the knowledge that both Lord Sri Raam in his incarnation and Lord Sri Krishna in his incarnation, both were politicians. So when you are ignorant of the absolute truth, you will make a decision that does not have an established or is not rooted in truth. When you are partially ignorant, you are also not rooted in truth. When you are totally truthful, then only you are rooted in truth. And this is the aim of the Sri Narayan Dham, to expound not ignorance through philosophy, nor partial ignorance through philosophy, but to expound the absolute truth through the teachings of Lord Sri Ramanuj. And Lord Sri Krishna himself has given Uddhava these instructions. These are the last instructions before Lord Sri Krishna left this universe 5,000 years ago. And I'm just going to quote quickly from an example given to Uddhava by Lord Sri Krishna himself. And this is in the Srimad Bhagavatam of Kamala Subramaniam, translated by Kamala Subramaniam. It's the 15th edition, and I quote this example from page 735. And he states, and this is a quotation on page 735, Lord Sri Krishna states, and I open quote, "This life of man on the earth can be compared to a boat which is sailing on the sea by the name Samsara. For the boat to reach across safely, the oarsman should be a guru who knows how to help man. He is not to be found easily, but when found, he will do his utmost to steer your boat safely. I am the breeze, the favorable breeze, which will waft the boat safely. Without these two, the boat will sink, meaning man will forever be sunk in the morass called samsara and will never find freedom from it." So Lord Sri Krishna casts in stone and this casting is solid, that for man to free himself of the miseries that he is experiencing through the material body on this earth, his freedom is twofold. One, he must find a bona fide spiritual master, and Lord Sri Krishna himself endorses that a bona fide spiritual master is not easily found. And then he states, Sita is so happy that she found a guru. She's sneering at the rest of the world. The guru is the oarsman. What does an oarsman mean? You are in the boat, which is your body, alright? And the guru is a oarsman. He is propelling your body on the sea of samsara. What does samsara mean? What does samsara mean?
Cycle of birth and death.
Ocean of what? Birth and death. Caused by
Karma.
karma. So you are stuck in the cycle of birth and death caused by karma, and the Guru is the oarsman, your body is the boat, the Guru is the oarsman, and the favorable breeze is the Lord. Personified, this means that the Vedic injunctions are the favorable breeze that moves your body. And Natasha, the Guru can row anybody. Guru has power to row anybody. Alright, do not despair. Do not despair. The Guru has power to row anybody. And Lord Sri Krishna is the favorable breeze in the form of scriptural injunctions. And where would you find Lord Sri Krishna's scriptural injunctions? In the Bhagavad Gita. So let's see what he says in the Bhagavad Gita that can take your body, which is the boat across the sea of samsara, rowed by the Guru. Chapter 9 of the Sri Ramanuja Gita Bhashya. Verse 1. The Lord said, I shall declare to you who does not cavil this most mysterious knowledge together with special knowledge, knowing which you would be freed from evil. What is evil? What does evil represent? All the negative karmas that you are drowning in. And Lord Sri Krishna says, I shall declare to you who does not cavil this most mysterious knowledge together with special knowledge, knowing which you would be freed from evil. Verse 2, chapter 9, Sri Ramanuj Gita Bhashya. This is the royal science, royal mystery, the supreme purifier. It is realized by direct experience. It is in accord with dharma. It is pleasant to practice and is abiding. Royal means what? It is the most affluent. It is the greatest science. It is the greatest mystery. Why is it a mystery? What is ignorance and what is mystery in this universe? When we say you are ignorant,
Ignorant means you totally don't know.
don't know what?
You don't have any knowledge
Knowledge of what?
of spirituality.
Which part of spirituality?
Your soul,
Your soul. That is all you are ignorant of. Once that ignorance is removed, you will know everything. As long as you are not aware and as long as you believe I am this body, you are in ignorance. When you realize I am not this body, you are immediately out of ignorance and into spirituality. Because you yourself is the essence of knowledge. Who's the essence of knowledge? Who is the essence of knowledge? Which part of you? The soul. So when you realize that you are the soul, what happens to the knowledge that has been covered by ignorance through karma? What happens to that knowledge?
revealed to you.
You are revealed to yourself. You are revealed to yourself. And this is why I've stated on many occasions, the entire universe of mankind, besides those who are self-realized, are suffering from amnesia. Is it true or not true? Because everybody thinks they are somebody else. As long as you think you're the body, the tree thinks it's a tree and acts as a tree. The soul in the tree thinks it is a tree and acts as a tree. The soul in a dog thinks it's a dog and barks like a dog. You understand? The soul in a fish thinks it's a fish and swims as a fish. This is called ignorance. This is the ignorance that is spoken in the Vedas. This ignorance is the false identification with the body that you are wearing. Like Kavita, if she thinks she is now the sari, it will be ignorance upon ignorance. Ignorance squared, you think, or cubed. Are you understanding? We are simply wearing this human body today, might be an animal body tomorrow, and might be a godly body in the next lifetime. Identifying with your body, with your religion, and with your citizenship in a particular country is ignorance. Are you understanding this point? So the Guru becomes your oarsman and he teaches you through scriptures, which is the favorable breeze
that will impel and assist. The Guru needs this breeze to assist him in rowing you across. The Guru needs this breeze, which is these Vedic injunctions, to assist him in rowing you, who are the boat, across the sea of life and death. That life and death is born out of ignorance. So basically, to row your body out of ignorance, the Guru is the oarsman and Lord Srimad Narayan is the favorable breeze through scriptural injunctions, which assist the Guru in rowing your boat across to the other side. All of you understand what ignorance is. So there was a fire last night. A fire in the adjoining yard. And when it became uncontrollable, we asked the fire department to assist. And they came down, and unfortunately we could not get a hose connected direct to the fire truck itself. We doused the fire with buckets of water from our own very Sri Narayan Dham. And these two firemen that came through, they were wearing the bodies of white men. And one designated himself to the religion of Christianity and the other as an atheist. Both were fascinated and intrigued in this atmosphere. It was night. It was about 8:45 at night. There was a fire. There was smoke all around us. And then this was the stilling peace. This stilling peace that had neutralized even the mind of an atheist. The mind of an atheist. And both lovingly embraced our Go-Matas, Lakshmi and Saraswati. And it was this embracing and caressing of Lakshmi and Saraswati that neutralized their minds. And a conversation ensued between myself and these two gentlemen. And the gentleman that's an atheist is well versed, more than you that are born in Sanatana Dharma, in the Vedas. He is versed in the Vedas more than nearly all of you that's seated here today, and those that I've associated myself with in the past in the Vedas. And I invited him that he already has the background. He already has the background. It is these conflicting philosophies of the Vedas that is not allowing him to come to a final conclusion. So he left his own religion. He's been skimming and surfing the Vedas, and he found philosophies that was not appeasing to him, within the Vedas itself. But he told me that he has allowed his children to practice any religion as they please, but they must only have rightful conduct. They must only have rightful conduct and moral conduct, otherwise they will be punished. And he used the word karma. He said they will be punished by karma. Can you see the beauty? And we had a fulfilling discussion with the firemen. At this point, Shanti was on fire because her daughter spent the entire day in the ashram. Now it's gone past 9 or 10, and Hemita is still stuck in the ashram and Shanti is boning. She was on fire while the firemen had doused the fire in the ashram, and they were getting discoursed by the Guru. Alright, Shanti? That is why your daughter took so long to come home. And this discourse was very necessary because these two gentlemen conceded that it was only through the act of an unknown principle that brought them here. In fact, they were not stationed in this area. They were not stationed in this area. The original where this report was given to is in Pinetown. These people arrived from Westville. That vehicle that's supposed to come here, their drivers were busy and these two gentlemen landed here. They said that it was an act of a supreme divinity that brought them down to this place to experience the divinity of Sri Narayan Dham itself and their experience with the Gomatas. And they have taken our details and they said, and which is ironical really, they said, we work with a whole lot of confused Hindus. We want to bring them here to you for clarification. Can you believe it? An atheist and a Christian want to bring confused Hindus who work in the fire department so that they could receive the clarification of Vedanta. And this is the beauty of Vedanta. And this is why Lord Sri Krishna has stated that if you are lucky to find a bona fide spiritual master, and when you do find him, it will be him that will be able to cross you. Will be able to cross you. And this takes me to another discussion with my transcriber. Okay, now I have two transcribers. All right. The senior transcriber, Vishishtadvaita Ramanuj Das. And he wanted to know what happens to these philosophies, these divergent philosophies. Okay? So when you look at these two divergent philosophies, both Advaita and Dvaita. Advaita is right out. It is right out because its fundamental understanding of the soul of God and the universe is totally out. It does not exist in the Upanishads. They borrowed it from the Buddhist and modified it. Alright? They were slightly more intelligent than the Buddhists. They borrowed the Buddhist philosophy. Alright? The Buddhists were nihilist. What does nihilist mean, Sita? Nihilist. Anybody that have data, please? Nihilist. They were nihilists. What does it mean?
A person who believes that life is meaningless and rejects all religious and moral principles.
Okay, so they were nihilists and they believe that life is meaningless and they reject all moral and religious principles. I'm saying this for Tivashni because she's very tired. If you just say nihilist, she got no time to look in a dictionary or remember this word and go home and look. So this is why I asked you to look up this word so Tivashni can understand what nihilist is. So Adi Shankaracharya, he used their philosophy and he changed it. Where it is the nihilist philosophy, he inserted the word that this universe is Maya. He brought in the concept of Maya. Alright? Very intelligently, because he used the own concept of Buddhism to kick out Buddhism by camouflaging the philosophy and calling it Maya. All of you understand? Because his philosophy is trans-theistic as well. It's neither atheism nor theism. You understand? So, Vishishtadvaita Ramanuj Das wanted to know what happens to the gurus and the philosophers in these divergent philosophies. So you will notice gurus around the world. We are on social media now, isn't it? And you'll notice gurus are everywhere. Don't you notice? Some gurus are flying in their own personal jets and helicopters. They're moving around the world. And you see some gurus selling products. They're selling self-realization. What gurus are doing? Selling self-realization. So, I explained to Vishishtadvaita Ramanuj Das that these gurus are self-realized. They have achieved self-realization. But because their philosophy is divergent of the absolute truth, they could not realize, they could not come to God realization. They could not come to God realization. Self-realization is one half, where you realize that you are the soul and not the body. You use this self-realization to attain God realization. You can only attain God realization through Vedanta, absolute Vedanta, which is Vishishtadvaita. If you do not use the path of Vishishtadvaita in attaining Vedanta, then you get lost along the way. And when you get lost, you cannot find God because you took the wrong route. Then you fall back into materialism. You fall back into materialism. Then you start selling these products. These products for self-realization. Go on the internet. Many gurus are You can pay, sometimes they even come down here to South Africa and you can pay 2,000 Rand and they'll give you a course on self-realization because they have not realized God. God realized gurus do not sell self-realization. God realized gurus make you experience. Make you experience self-realization. God realized gurus will make their disciples experience self-realization. And in this verse that I've just read, Lord Sri Krishna is saying, this is the royal science. This is the royal mystery, the supreme purifier. It is realized by direct experience. What does direct experience mean?
First-hand experience.
You must experience it firsthand. You cannot buy self-realization. You must experience self-realization. All of you understand? Are there any questions? So absolute Vedanta is Vishishtadvaita, and this universe is Lord Narayan's classroom. We had yesterday here a senior politician in this country. We had 2 firemen, all of different denominations. They all had one feeling at the Sri Narayan Dham. And what was that feeling? Absolute peace. The Sri Narayan Dham is still under construction. Outside the Sri Narayan Dham, the construction, we are in mid-construction. So it hurts the eye. It is not palatable to the eye to see the dome incompleted, the walls incompleted, various trenches around incompleted. And generally these are negative. These scenes will impel your mind to have negative feelings, won't you? Either whether you in mid-construction or mid-destruction, the scenery is the same, it is negative. But these people of different denominations had one feeling only. The atheist exclaimed on his own, and he's from a race called white, right? That this place is absolutely peaceful. His companion, who is a Christian, who is also of the white race, made the same exclamation, and they said it was divinity that brought them here to feel this peace. You understand? You come here Thursdays and Sundays for the same peace, and you come from a different culture. Your culture you described as Hinduism, and your race as Asiatic. You're Indian, isn't it? Then I had done business with Muslims who came and delivered on this site. 2 transactions I had. One was a pesticide guy. When the ceiling was not here, we sprayed this entire rafters. And he said, I cannot understand. At that point in time, inside this ashram was in construction. There was no floors, no ceiling. We were busy breaking floors. he and his crew felt absolutely peaceful. So blacks, coloreds, Indians and whites of all four races came to Sri Narayan Dham and felt peaceful. Then the major religions, Islam, Christianity, and those that follow Hinduism also came to this premises and found peace. Peace is not a state of mind easily attained. Okay? When you go to a mosque or when you go to a temple or when you go to a church, before going to these entities, you always psych yourself up in your mind. These are beautiful places. When you go to a temple, beautiful sculptures, beautiful places, mosque and church. Yet this place does not give you that visually because it is still under construction. So what peace are all these people finding? Inner peace. And this is a teaching of Vedanta. I stated last week that all souls have a uniform character of knowledge and bliss. I said last week's discourse, all souls have a uniform character of knowledge and bliss. Okay? So it does not matter what body you are wearing. It does not matter what body you are wearing, because if you come on this land, it doesn't matter how you are dressed. The ultimate peace you'll feel at the Sri Narayan Dham will be the same, whether you're in shorts, whether you're in suit and tie, whether you're wearing sari, whether you're wearing Punjabis. Please don't come naked here. You will still find the same peace. Similarly, we have 47 animals on this premises. They feel the same peace that you are feeling. And we have thousands of plants on this premises. They also feel the same peace that you are feeling. And the reason that all the peace is the same, because all the souls are identical. And this is a teaching of Vedanta. Your karma makes you wear these different bodies and place you in different religions. The underlying substratum, the attribute of peace and bliss belongs to Lord Sriman Narayan. And when you are feeling peacefulness and blissfulness, who you are feeling? You are feeling Lord Sriman Narayan. It does not matter what religion you belong to, because Narayan in Sanskrit means the source and goal of all living entity. So if you're a Christian, or you're a Muslim, or you're a Hindu, or you're a white, or you're a black, or you're a colored, or you're a dog, or you're a cat, you're a tree, or an aquatic. It does not matter, because residing within every soul is Lord Sriman Narayan, the source and goal of all living entities. And this is why I explained to the firemen that Hinduism is not a Amita?
Religion.
Yes. And he was shocked. And I said, Hinduism is not a religion, it is a royal science. It is a royal science. It is the royal mystery. And this experience is direct. And I'm sure with the happiness they had yesterday that they are going to grace this institution quite frequently. Okay? Because they had to put out the fire of ignorance in them by putting out the fire in the bush surrounding the Sri Narayan Dham. Natasha enjoyed this. There's something for everyone. This is the first time in 1 year that I see Natasha enjoying something other than food. Jai Sri Narayan.